The impact of being a slave for most of his childhood had affected Anakin Skywalker tremendously, and it was one of his biggest motivating factors in wanting to become a Jedi, so he could one day free all of them from their chains, including his mother, whom it pained him knowing still remained as a slave after he left for his Jedi training. So when he became Darth Vader, how did he react to the very empire he served using slave labor? He found out about the Empire using slave labor during a conversation with a clone who notified Vader that he and his men were retasked on orders from Palpatine to deliver a transport full of captured Dasarian civilians to be sold on the slave market, mentioning in the process how most of them were women and younglings. Finding out how the Empire was actively participating in the slave trade caused Vader to experience a flashback to his younger self, where he remembered himself having a dream to free all the slaves once he became a Jedi. These thoughts and flashbacks made him go without any sleep that night. The next day, Vader tried to confront Palpatine on this issue, meeting his master at the landing bay for Star Destroyers on Coruscant. Before saying anything, Palpatine gave him a few new orders on where he should go to hunt down surviving Jedi. He then sensed trouble in his apprentice and allowed him to speak his mind. Vader proceeded to tell what he had discovered the other day, before being cut off by Palpatine, who knew exactly what he was going to say. Palpatine stated how he should have remembered that Anakin and his mother were once slaves, and that he apologized for not explaining the situation to him sooner. He began to try to justify the Empire's use of slaves by trying to separate it from the slave trade used in the lawless regions of the galaxy, which saw Anakin and his mother in chains. He continued to say that that type of slavery practiced in the Outer Rim was wrong, as it only benefited the greed of the slave masters. What the Empire was doing was far different, as the slaves used and sold were prisoners of defiant separatist planets, and how them being put to work was their contributions to the Empire, which benefited everyone. Even they themselves benefited from Imperial slavery, as them becoming slaves was a merciful alternative to what otherwise would have been death for continually trying to resist the Empire's rule. Feeling confident that Vader understood, Palpatine went on his way and left his apprentice with the orders he gave earlier. Perhaps stunned at what he heard, Vader remained there still and quiet, and never once more did he bring the issue of slavery up with his master again. Thanks for watching this episode of The Lore Master. Be sure to subscribe for more Star Wars lore videos like these in the future, and may the Force be with you.